Okay, what's this chat?
Okay, I am so happy that I'm here with some of the cast members of this exciting new film, and I want to kick it off with the person who made all of this possible. So, Big 50, the floor is yours for a second. Congratulations on this film that is been produced by, well, actually on the platform of BET Plus. How does it feel?
Oh, I feel wonderful. It feels great. I'm honored for them to have picked me to do this film. You know, they heard my story, they loved it, and we just went forward.
Okay, and I'm sure by now you've probably seen it. So, what was your reaction?
Wow. Everybody was, you know, Russ Parr and everybody called me like, "Have you seen the film?" I was like, "No, I wanted to wait to, you know, watch it with my family and friends." So I didn't really want to see it then. And then we had the screening in Detroit a few days ago, and my feeling was it was chaotic. You know, it was a lot of people, and it was chaotic, and I couldn't really get focused on. But some of the main things I got focused on is the beginning of it as a child. Um, you know, taking me back to molestation and taking me back when my father was cheating. You know, that was very hard for me to deal with. And I had a lot of supporters there, you know, a lot of friends, a lot of family that support me. But the movie is fine. Remy did a wonderful job. You know, Mike Merrill and Taronda and Pretty Vee and Mike Bless, Michael Anthony. I don't know. We go back as Michael Bless. That's his Instagram name, but Michael Anthony. And you know, we just had it was wonderful. The cast is just awesome. They all are a gem.
Okay, now we want to talk to these awesome cast members. So one by one, can you all give me one little experience about what it was like being in this iconic film? Who wants to be first?
Yes, I'll go first. Go ahead, V.
Oh, you can go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
Ladies first.
Okay. Well, this is my first movie. I mean, I'm definitely surrounded by greatness right now. Thank you guys so much. My first movie. Thank you, 50, for this opportunity and for allowing God to tell your story still here. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. Appreciate Bree, Chuck, one that was a part of this film, and cast Mike, Taronda, Big Head Mike at the bottom, Michael Anthony. I know him as the green. But I this movie, I mean, you get to see different ranges of myself playing, you know, Melanie, which is, you know, Big 50's friend. Slaughter, her ride or die, was very beautiful, you know, but knew money, but knew how to get it. But also she had a different part of her as well, you know, that I want you guys to kind of grab, because it's not a comedic way of me. It's kind of a very, you know, dark, but still crying out for help in so many ways, but still knew the game, so she had to get it, you know. So I want you guys to really, really, really sit and watch this, because this is phenomenal. And I had a great time, and I met great people on set. You know, I've gained a relationship with Taronda, you know, who you guys know and see, you know, and Mike and Michael Anthony as well. So Tank, you know, Big 50, Remy Ma, that we became all close within our own way. So I enjoyed this movie, and it's the essence of our Black community, you know, and what we go through, and you know, everything's excited for you guys to see this.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
How you doing?
Fine. I like your bathrobe.
Thank you. We rolled game this morning. So my name is Mike Merrill, and I play the role of Rodney, which is Big 50's son. Ma, I want to say first of all, thank you to you for trusting me and playing your son, bringing the essence of your son to the screen. I want to give a shout out to Octech and Russ Parr for also trusting me to bring the essence of your son to the screen. And I had so much fun filming this and also learning from this woman right here, 50. I got to see Vee in person doing her thing. That's something that I can take with me about Vee. You know, this is your first film and everything. I was just so happy just to be around everybody. And it's like, you know, I don't use the word family, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Loosely. So like these people right here is really my family. And every time we get together, it just feels so good. I don't care what's going on in my day. It feels so good. But creating this film, I'm glad that we got to do. I'm glad that we did what we were supposed to do to make your story alive again. To support, I mean, not to support, but inspire others and everything to succeed in life in the right way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let the next person go because I'll be going on.
I'll just piggyback.
Mike, you did a wonderful, awesome job.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I'll just piggyback off what Mike said about 50 being inspiring. I think Black women in particular, we get looked at in a negative light anyway, from a standpoint of women not being vulnerable enough or women not being submissive enough. And it's not because we don't want to be, it's because we have to be. And if you look at the beginning of the story, how she became who she became, it's because she had to get in survival mode. And you coming from Detroit, and we all know Detroit is not I'm from Chicago, so we all know cities like those, you gotta really stand firm, you gotta really stand on 10 toes to be able to maneuver in the world. And like Mike said, I think it's gonna be very inspiring to so many in a way where this woman had so many roadblocks placed in front of her, but she was able to maneuver in the world in such a way, like he said, that was very inspiring. And not only was she persevering over roadblocks and things like that, but she was literally breaking glass ceilings as a woman, showing like a woman in a man's world and making it happen. So thank you, 50, for telling your story. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your story.
Thank you, Delrhonda. You also a gem. I love you. I love you. You're just so witty and so funny and so fun. I just like,
ain't she?
Yes.
Look at her. I love being in her presence.
Yes, she is so fun.
I think you all are so awesome. And I'm so happy that all of you were able to connect and have formed this lifelong bond. And I just love the fact that women are getting an opportunity to have their stories told from first person perspective, not just a lot of hearsay and, you know, their stories being diminished, but it's now at the forefront. And now we have another Mike who hasn't had an opportunity to have the mic. So go ahead and speak your piece.
Hey, I'm Michael Anthony. I'm the other Mike.
I had to tell a joke. I can't let Pretty Vee be the only comedian.
That's how you get in his family. Jokes get you, so you already in the family already. That's all we do is joke all day. So no, but I play Rick. I play Ricky. I play Big 50's the father of her child, her booth thing. Amen. No, but no, I had an amazing time. Like beyond just the film itself, like the cast, the production, like Octave, Chuck and Bree, Russ, the entire cast. Like this, like Mike said earlier, man. It's like it was like a real family. You know, a lot of times you give a production and it works. You know, you go in there, you do your job, you play you get in character, you lock in, you go to your trailer, you sit, you wait for them to call you back out. And this one, we were inseparable. You know, we was all in somebody's trailer together. You couldn't break us up, man. It was like so enjoyable. And like honestly, when I was called to come to the 2 premieres, the first thing I thought was, oh, I get to see my folks again. You know, that's the first thing I, you know, to be honest, I thought. And I want to thank you as well Big 50 for just, being so hands-on and being so passionate about the project and making sure we all were in the right direction to make it authentic. As far as the film is concerned, like TT said earlier, new nickname, baby. I'm glad.
TT.
I mean, I don't think. See, a lot of people we see gangster movies, it kind of just glorifies the violence and the drug dealing. But I think in this, it just shows the essence of a Black woman standing firm on 2 feet. It's not really glorifying that world, as you'll see as you watch it, and you'll learn the lesson from that. But what I got from it, being raised by a lot of single, a bunch of Black women in my family come together and raising us. Just in that world, just to stand firm and raise children, to take care of children and give back to the community the best way she knew how. I mean, regardless of how it was done, you got to respect their individual and their mentality. So I got that from the project, and I was glad to be a part of it.
Okay.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you so
And
much.
I know that we're going to have to go. So I just want to make sure that Big 50 gets one more opportunity to make another closing statement. And then if anyone else wants to add on, please do so.
Well, I want to thank iTech Production. That's Bree and Chuck. They were wonderful. Like they say, hands-on. I mean, they were right there. Anything we needed, they were there. And just like the cast, everybody, we were just like a family. Even the cameramen, I fell in love with them too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a wonderful time. I love these guys. I can honestly say, my children, they enjoyed it. My oldest son right now, he still still not grasping that I did everything I can. I even went and took a case for him and went back to prison, and I tried everything I can do, and I just want to tell everybody, what happened in Detroit, I apologize,
That's okay, Fitz.
mental illness is real, okay? And something is definitely going on there that me and Judge Mathis is going to try to address, get some kind of help right now because, some things he did was uncalled for. And I know one day it's going to come out because everybody called me, what is wrong with Rodney? What's wrong with Rodney? Rodney has been the only child for so long. Then I had 2 other children, a very spoiled child. And he just, I don't know, something happened there. I don't know if it was the accident he was in and he got post-traumatic stress syndrome. That's what me and Judge is thinking that was going on. I mean, he was in an accident at one point in time. And a couple of friends died in the accident. And also the other car that those guys with my son was in hit. And the other car was my aunt and her friends. At the time, they didn't know it was my aunt and her friends. And everyone died in the car except my little cousin.
Wow.
Okay, so I think he's holding on to that because he was in the car that hit them. But there's a lot of things going on, and I'm going to get my child some help if I can, So like I said, I thank all you guys. I mean, you guys have been very, 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 very nice to me, and Pretty Vee, Delrhonda, and also I got coming up, something coming up for me. This is not the end of Big 50, okay?
Hey, all right.
The beginning.
So I got something coming up, The Godmother. It's going to be called The Big 50, The Godmother. So, it's a reality show that right now is getting put together, to save young women and helping young girls and mental health, because mental is very real. It's very real. So something to help people with mental health, getting some help. Because lately we've been noticing the challenges. I hear everyone's developing this mental health. Remember back in the day, they called it ADD. They didn't really know how to put it. They didn't have the equipment or the knowledge to know. Now they know now this is not just ADD. Everybody is not just ADD. There's
Right.
so many other things. So,
and mental health was always swept under the rug. So
right.
now come to the forefront.
And then
Especially
they
black
got rid of a lot of facilities for mental health, and what they do is they put them in prison. So the time when I was in prison, I dealt with more mental people than anybody because they don't have nowhere to put them, so they throw them in prison. And that's what they are not to be in prison. They need to be in a facility getting help because they do not help them in prison. You know, I had more of the mental people coming to me for help than anybody in the prison, and I enjoy, you know, helping and working with them. The officers used to call me, hey Hood, can you come over here and can you help her? You know, because they were calling for me to help them. They didn't want the officers to talk to them, help them. You know, and I mean, there was one lady. I'm gonna tell this story real quick. There was one lady in there for murder, and she would throw piss on the guards, and she would put feces on the wall. They didn't know how to handle it. So they asked me to talk to her, and I went and I talked to her. And I said, let me come in the room. Are you all right with that? And she was like, sure. And I had a hazmat bag and gloves. And I said, we're going to get these sheets up and we're going to clean you up, you know. And ever since then, she will always want me to help her. She didn't trust nobody else, not the CEOs, anybody. And I would
But then
go in
too, you
there.
were relatable, 50.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're relatable. You can relate to the black woman's story
you
or
know,
the black
because
woman's pain. So she
yeah,
related.
she had mental illness, and I'm like, and I would go in there in the shower and let her shower. They wouldn't let her use a razor, so I would, clean her up and
Right.
fix her bed and put powder on the bed. And the officers see how I work with them, and every time something break out, they call me. 50, please.
Wow.
You know, I would have to go over there. It was a place called Emmett where they kept them all at. I would have to go over there. They didn't allow us to do that, but they allowed me to go because they needed coffee. I don't drink coffee, but I bought enough of it in the prison to give to the people, the older people, the mental people that need coffee. I would do it and go over there and they'll let me. So I know what it is, dealing with, them people do not need to be in prison. They really
Right.
need a facility. The facilities, they knocked them all, took them all away. We need facilities back to help mental health people.
Wow.
I just learned something new.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
learned something,
I was
50, but
about to
you have a whole calling and a blessing on your life. That's where you're able to stand firm in your truth and help others like us that's on this phone.
Yes.
You were able
Yes.
to speak, and again, I just ask that God will bless your son.
Yes.
And this is a blessing again, like Mike, Taronda, and Big Mike said, we became a family,
Yes.
we became a family, and yeah, I'm
Yes, I
excited.
love you, D.
I
Ma,
love
you
you.
always got me. We for life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
we
That's what I said. It's my bonus kid here.
Oh, and just to, I want to add this real quick about your story that we untold.
Okay.
This is nothing but, I like to use this phrase. You go through what you go through to become what you're supposed to.
Right.
And that's who you are today. And that's what I got from the film. Because not what you went through, and I know this ain't the whole story, but what you went through and who you are today, I'm proud of you.
Hey, you guys, listen here. Debbie Morgan called me the other night, like, I hope we get a series out of this. It's just so much. I was like, yes, we praying for it. We're gonna keep fighting for it.
Let's keep praying now.
I'm gonna change the cast of nothing in the world. I want everybody, all of us to keep working.
Yeah, this is great.
So crazy. My mom told me what she'd been through, right? When she was out in the streets and all that. Now she's a pastor. Now look at your life. It only takes prayer. It takes prayer, and it takes that that God is real for you to bring you out of this space. So no one can tell me that's not real, because He has with your clear mind, with a mind that you understand, and He has taken you out of a facility that imprisons you. So you would think that something's wrong or this, but you got your mind on right. You are to be a vessel to help people.
Hands down. I give up. I'm a fourth habitual. I got more felonies than me and have right now. a fourth habitual, I can't even spit on the ground. There's no way I will be gone the rest of my life. So I just try to remain humble, do what I need to do, and just try to make it out here. I used to always say, wow, God, wow, now, why did this didn't happen for me when I was in my 20s? Well, I had to think it wasn't time. It wasn't my time yet, so it's my time now. So, God said, when we say, when it's your time, it's your time. It's my time.
Hello.
This is my moment.
It's your time, and the delay is never.
Hey, come on, just let us handle it, 50.
Yeah.
And now
I'm gonna push Mike in front of everybody. Go, Mike.
And now I'm being signaled that our time is up, but I'd love to connect with you all again. Thank you so much for doing this for Right On Digital, which is the digital platform that goes along with the iconic Right On magazine. So Right On, and good luck, and we'll see you all again soon.
Right on.
All right.
Right on, right on.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. See y'all tonight.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye, Vicky.